on E.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That good for 22 and a first down. Now it's Richardson, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Richardson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Hey!
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he's got it. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he pulls it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. This unit third best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Stroud off the play fake. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Stroud on third down now. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Fielded at about the 28. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now Richardson. That complete to Downs. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Richardson looking to throw. That's going to be taken in by Downs. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. We had a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Alert! Alert! On rock right! Check! Check! Smash! Smash!
They run once more with Taylor. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
They'll get the hook up there to Woods. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 75. And the Colts have taken a 13-0 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw it. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker, who got in and dropped into the turf. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Let's go now.
Stroud here on 3rd and long. He's got his man Schultz coming across the formation. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ready!
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 26. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Stroud will look to throw once more. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Grant Delpit. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Things have been going to this one, Charles. It was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Texans back out there and ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The second down throw now from Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Lutz good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Woods. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This will be caught inside the 10. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd down. Here's Richardson. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Woods. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a 1st down there to the tight end.
A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check, go.
Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of the season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold their blocks just a little bit longer.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Texans with the football here late in this 1st half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Trap 60.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Street.
Stroud looking to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here goes Stroud again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we hit halftime. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Flush to his right. And Cooks has it over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And some room to work. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 34. 103 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Richardson. And Woods has it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it. Of a tight end candidate.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready?
Richardson on 3rd and short. This pass left side to Downs. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
And connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Richardson. Touchdown, Colts. Michael Pittman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. For the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Richardson out of the shotgun. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the...
He's got him in. Complete. A big pickup of 38.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
Sliding out of the pocket. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Back now in Indianapolis.
Here we go.
This offense so far on third down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
There, Richardson back to throw it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Derek Stingley getting home on the corner blitz.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken from just outside the 30.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Texans will take over.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Stroud to throw it. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
He'll buy some time right.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Check, Panther. Reload.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Go! Ready, right?
On 1st down, here's Stroud. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets it down to the 32. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And room there to work it inside the 25. And quickly they get to the line. Stroud working out of the gun. Flushed out right. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open. It's Allen complete. Touchdown, Texans.
Keenan Allen, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, check that, check that.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. And the Colts pick. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Stroud now on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. That's caught again by Schultz. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 1. Stroud flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
One final shot for C.J. Stroud. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes they call me Lucifer. Talk about you do this and that. Ain't none of that they're new to us. Acting like that you pop off. No damn well that you grew to us. Been in my own lane. Carry you like that do the truck. Trend following. I'm surprised you just not catching up. It's my way or the highway, baby girl. I'm not a settler. Don't play with my kind, no matter my mind. I promise it get pitiful. They love me, they love me, I promise I do the bare minimum. My people, they say that I'm underrated, but it's crazy. I'm steady, they killing them. Can't ride my wave, I'm flipping them. Come up for some earth and I'm dipping them. I'm so sick of all you. Weak, lame. Sick of being so humble, man. It's dead for that, man. It's 2023. Man,
rounds, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless. But look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon. Cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan. I'm from outer space, so all my homegirls Martian. It's about to get critical, this moment is pivotal. Here to feed the streets that say my influence umbilical. We gon' make it grimy, let's go get behind me. Told you I'm the best, I done said it with my chest. So for real, nobody try me.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big crowds, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
And I say, one for the money and two for the love. We the new era, so whoever may feel they above. Live in delusion, that's an illusion, it's absent of keep it together, don't act like you didn't know what it was. I'm on a whole nother planet, I'm about to show you. This wouldn't work if we planned it, meaning you won't understand it. We have to rings like a Saturn, this feel like splitting an atom. We got involved with the pattern, so now we up and we at 'em. Watch out for my evolution. Around and start a revolution. I am more than a being, I'm an institution. If I gotta reiterate, that's where I'ma lose it. It's my world and I'm generous and let y'all peruse it. How obnoxious, she ain't got a conscience. She's okay with being a little absurd and pompous. That's because I kill it, then stick around just to haunt it. Waiting on my thank you, be grateful that I would even let you watch it.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big crowds, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Going to catch a breath for a second. Look at your neighbor and check in. We bout to march, so if you not get to stepping. I done told you who I am. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I think just be mad because my voice is so...
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Dalton Schultz. He was terrific a week ago, reaching 115 yards. It's the Texans and the Raiders on Sunday Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Houston Texans. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Garoppolo. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Garoppolo now. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 22. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play. Responsibility and coverage and takes a gamble and goes against the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, this defense for the Raiders much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Here's Stroud.
His throw incomplete.
The Texans are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
21.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. It's a big play there for Vegas. 42 yards. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Sometimes in the run game you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is the coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it, now both of them are in sync.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Seven Pirates.
Stroud looking to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On the set.
We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. It's Eckler again. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. Touchdown! Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Looks good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success.
Let's go now.
Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On first down, here's Stroud. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they tried tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
They'll try the right side with Eckler, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
And Stroud now to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Stroud sets up the play action. And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Batted at the line, but he still brought it in. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
That's a good example for young receivers about how you should never give up on a play, because sometimes it's right in your hands. Other times you've got to play defense and knock it away. But at all times, follow the football. And in this case, he hauls it in for a big gain.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Stroud off the play fake. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Here we go.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Ready, go.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34.
Another big play right there. This is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That is going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ready.
Stroud to throw it. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Over the middle, he's got Myers. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
Here we go, here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was
taking it right down Broadway. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. This is caught. Touchdown Raiders. Michael Mayer from 21 yards away. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Buying time to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Stroud on 3rd down now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
Bronco switch.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make it.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Here's Stroud. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Throwing now is Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Go ahead.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Got a man, it's Mayer. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo again.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 2.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And the Texans are going to have a first down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On second down, Eckler. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brings up second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Texans,
Listen, the past bananas, but I haven't seen it. You thought it was over, you bragging ignorance, you lack the vision. I'm sacrilegious, I feel my wrath. Did you ever offended? My clearly crafted mission with crass intentions. You may have given them credit so they can save now. This ain't the end and you might as well go and lay down. Make way to witness the heights of going, I'm paid down. You pray for distance with guys like me, it's too late now. Preparation beats opportunity, no? Being great, that's ambiguity, no? Too much at stake for your foolery, is it though? Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, did you know?